quick review video on the Autel MK908p. We're going to show a basic video of each function, what it can do on this particular vehicle, which is a 2021 Ford Transit Courier. We have the J-Box plugged into our OBD port, so this acts as the VCI. We're going to be running it through a wireless connection, but you can run a wired connection from here to the top of the Autel up here in the USB port. So this device, we've been using it for about a month now. Let's get straight to it. So ignition on, we'll go to Diagnostics. This one came with a 1-year update from the supplier themselves. I was a bit skeptical buying the MK because people say, oh, it's a grey import, this and that. But it's been running perfectly. I've run BMW updates, Mercedes updates, everything's been running perfectly fine. So we go to European on this one. We're going to go to Ford, accept. I'm going to do an automatic selection, so it will read the VIN itself. Now just here you see a read button, it will pick up the VIN by itself. There you go, press OK. Gives me all the details of the vehicle. It's a Transit Courier, 1.5 litre manual diesel. And it shows the VIN number. That's correct. Okay, so in the menu, once we've gone into the vehicle, we have 5 options. We have diagnosis, hot functions, service, programming, and vehicle profile. The main thing people probably use a diagnostic computer for is diagnosing a vehicle. So let me show you quickly how that works. Click on diagnosis. You have 2 options. You can go into each individual control unit, or you can go. So as you can see here, we have 2 functions in the diagnostics menu, auto scan and control unit. The control unit function allows you to go into each individual module one by one and see what you need to do from there. The auto scan function, what it does is it scans every module to see if there's any faults. As you can see here, it's going through each single module. Hopefully we don't see any faults because this is a fairly new vehicle. And once it's finished, I'll show you how to go into them. So you can see the percentage bar right at the top going through each module. And underneath that you can see numbered on the left each module it goes through, so it'll pick up each installed module on the vehicle. So as you can see, this particular vehicle has no faults present. If you were to have, let's say, faults, it would say faults and it would say the number of faults next to it. If you want to read a general report of the whole vehicle, you just press report and it goes through every single module, tells you how many DTCs are present, and if there were any DTCs it would go through the description below. So we go back. Now if we go back from here, okay, we want to exit. If we go into control unit, so this is all the control units on the vehicle. We can go individually into each one, and this is the PCM, which is the engine. We can get the information of that. It tells you the part numbers, the hardware numbers, everything you might need to know if you're going to clone the ECU or provide the information to the main dealer. You can read your codes. You can do KOEO, or you can do CMDTCs, whichever one you want to do. You can go back here. Now, that was the diagnosis menu. Hot functions. This will tell you what functions are available for this vehicle. So for this particular vehicle, we have the electronic parking brake, which we don't have installed, so I don't know why that's there. We have brake bleed for when you're bleeding the brakes. We have SAS, odometer, and oil reset. Now I know that oil reset on this particular vehicle is a manual reset, so I'm assuming that's just going to give you instructions on how to do it manually. But one particular option I've seen on this vehicle or on this computer that I haven't seen on other vehicles is the odometer option. So let me show you how that works. So for this particular vehicle, if we click on odometer, it's going to well, it should show us the mileage or the, let's say, the odometer reading from each module that holds it, to show that there's no discrepancies or nothing's been pushed back or changed. Let's go to odometer right. No, it's not here. Professor Road, it's just there. Okay, so as you can see, on this particular vehicle, it's only picked up the mileage or the reading installed on one module itself, which is the instrument cluster, showing at 12,839 kilometers, which correlates to the mileage. We can't see that one just there. Oh, behind there. It is the right mileage. But on other vehicles, if the mileage was installed on, let's say, the ABS module or any other module, it will pick up below and it will tell you the readings. So let's go back. If we now go into service mode, so this will pick up all the service functions. We have three options: chassis, electrical, and powertrain. So we go to powertrain, and we can go to tests. Now this will show us all the data and tests that we can do to this vehicle. Like I say, every vehicle is different depending on the modules installed and the software installed in the vehicle. Every vehicle is actually has its own tests. Go to electrical, service functions. Yeah, we can calibrate the wiper motor on this one, do the parameter resets, and yeah, the LIN, new module initialization, which my previous diagnostic computer didn't have. Okay, so now we go to vehicle profile. This tells us the information we saw when we first logged into this vehicle itself, which is the basic information that we need to know. And lastly, programming. So once we go to programming, it'll give us the options that are available to program onto this vehicle from this particular computer. If you need to connect any more cables or change your connectors, it will give you a diagram of how to do that once it's loaded up. On this particular vehicle, I don't think we do need to do that. So it will tell us which modules can be programmed and what parameters can be programmed. So if we click on that, it's odometer right, which we already saw on the hot functions menu, which we're not going to go into, and programmable module installation. We can program these modules onto the vehicle. Fairly straightforward on this particular vehicle. This device has a bunch of features. I'm going to be going through what it can do on other vehicles in more detail in other videos. For example, it does Mercedes SCN coding. It can write and adapt new parts or used parts onto the actual vehicles with Mercedes, BMW, and a few VAG cars. Let's see what we can do here. Now if we go back to the home screen, go to the service menu, which is the general service, to show what it can do. Now this is not what's available for my vehicle, it's just what's available as a computer. So we can check IMO keys, mobilizer keys, DPF, SCR, which is that blue. We can do tire pressures if it's got a module for tire pressure sensors. There we go, odometer, seats, change the tire size. So let's say you're going from 15-inch alloys to 17-inch alloys and you don't want the speedo to mess up. Depending on the vehicle you're in, you can change that on this computer here to make sure the speed is correct. We can do adaptation of the gearbox transmission. But yeah, a bunch of things really. This is probably one of the more advanced diagnostic computers that you can get. If there's anything in particular that you want me to check out, for example, if you are looking to purchase this device and you want to know, can it do a DPF regen on Mercedes, just drop a comment in the comments below or message us and we can answer your question if we have the answer. If not, we'll try and find out the answer because we're working on a numerous amount of vehicles all week and we can test out these functions. So yeah, this computer comes in two models, the MK908 and the MK908p, which is the one we have. The P just means you get the programming box to do programming to the vehicle. What I like about this actual diagnostic device, coming from a Launch X431. It's more user-friendly. There are certain features I liked about the Launch more, but this, for example, has a shop manager. I haven't used it as of yet, but I definitely will do in the future. You can organize all your jobs, what vehicles you've looked at. So these are all the vehicles I've diagnosed since I've had the device. You can go to Data Manager, which has all the images, PDFs. You can uninstall certain apps from the actual software. It's very, very user-friendly compared to other devices. Updates now, I'm not connected to the internet, but if I was connected to the internet, updates would appear here, what's available. I've received 1 year's free updates with my purchase of this device. Some of you may receive 2. This is not the European model, it's the Asian model. It still works in Europe. We are in the United Kingdom, in London. Many people over the internet are saying, oh, it's going to be geo-locked or IP locked if you start moving it from Asia to Europe. That is incorrect information. So I have spoken to the dealers in Europe. So I called up Autel Europe, or the distribution center in the UK. I spoke to them. I asked them straight up what's the difference between the European model, which would be the MS908p, and the Asian models, which they call grey imports. And they were just saying, mainly the main thing is support. I've had them agree verbally that the software is pretty much the same. It's just the hardware. Now, when these devices fail, it's mainly the hardware that fails because the software is all from Autel. There are some copies out there on the market, which you'd probably, if you do your research, you'll find out which companies are providing these copies. But this one came with a box, all the connectors I needed, a warranty booklet, everything I do need. The only difference is if I had any hardware issues with this device, I would have to send it back to Autel in Asia rather than going to Autel Europe or Autel UK, as they won't accept that. Yeah, so if you have any questions or comments, queries, anything like that, just comment down below. If you want to purchase one of these, we do not sell them, but we are happy to point you in the right direction of where to get one from. So yeah, just get in touch with us and we can help you. Also has an academy there, which is a forum sort of thing. When you're connected to the internet, you can see little lessons of how to use certain features of this device. It's very good. I haven't seen a diagnostic computer like this. It has a digital inspection menu, which if you can connect one of the cameras to the USB ports up here, you will get a view on the screen here. Very handy. Now this runs on an Android operating system, which whether it's Autel Europe or Autel Asia, they all run on Android. It's just the operating system that the device has. It runs like a normal Android device, but there are many giveaways between a genuine device and a fake device, which I will show you. I'm going to post another video just to show you how to spot a fake Autel and how to know if it's genuine. If you like this video, please leave a like, comment, and please subscribe to our channel. And if you have any questions, once again, please just get in touch. Thanks for watching. What's going on, everyone? Just a quick video to show you how to spot a fake Autel device. Now, I don't have a fake one with me, as I don't own one, to show you, but I will show you telltale signs which you can look out for when you're looking at an Autel device. Now, this is the MK908p which we have in front of us. Well, to many people on the market, it's called a grey import, but they only call that a grey import because the European market do not want to lose money to the Asian market. It's running the same Autel software, it's Autel hardware, it's just not a European model. Now, one of the main things I look out for is on the back. So if you look on the back here, you will see the Autel sticker there. A lot of the fake ones have it on there, but you will see that it's not just a plain glossy sticker, it's actually a good quality sticker. Another thing I look out for, or the main thing I would say to look out for, is on the tabs here, if your device does have it, which it should do. Once you unlock, you can get to the battery case. 1 second. And it's a Autel battery module. A lot of the fake ones, which there aren't many on the market, but there are people out there trying to scam you, will not have an Autel battery. It'll just be a normal Li-1 battery. Will have the same rating, same capacity most of the time, and at the same time, most of the fake ones you wouldn't be able to open these tabs here. Now, in terms of software, the Autel software runs on an Android operating system, so you wouldn't really find one with fake software, but you might find one where you're trying to do a certain function and it's not going through. And that's not because of the software or because the Autel software is fake. That would be because the hardware wouldn't be able to handle that specific request. Now, when it comes to that sort of thing, make sure you're always looking for a reliable supplier when purchasing these devices. I've used Autel Launch, Snap-on, Foxwell, Delphi, bunch of other diagnostic computers in the past, and I've always found that this particular one, Autel, has actually got all the functions that I'm looking for the line of work that I'm in. If you want something basic, then you can have a look at the basic entry-level tools. Then there's the mid-range tools, and this is one of the high-end programming professional tools to get. If you have any questions, any queries, please get in touch with us and we're happy to help.